Round 4 action here at the Moama Bowling Club. It is the Perth Suns up against the Gold Coast Hawks, the two teams that finished in the bottom two of BPL20 in November. They'll be fighting it out for massive, massive results here. Val Febo here with you, and Lindsay Clark joins me. Lindsay, have you finished eating your Frinkle?
I have not.
Oh, that is sludge.
No, it's how I like it, like a little bit melted, mix all the stuff in it. I was actually in that break, I was planning on eating it, but I got cuddles with Ellen Five's little baby boy,
Archie,
which took priority.
That's
so,
fair.
Yeah,
that is fair.
He's beautiful. He's having a great time at the bowls, and Mac is doing a fantastic job. He's just going off for a walk and a sleep now. That is the baby, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He can walk.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Mac is walking, Archie is sleeping. All right, back at the range. How exciting. Here we are for the Gold Coast Hawks and the Perth Suns. Really looking forward to this matchup.
Changing the subject real quick there, Lindsay. Kelsey Cottrell, Nick Brett and Nathan Rice with their coach Mark Thatcher up against Warren Holt, Christina Christic and Carl Healy with their coach Bill Brandsma. The Hawks 1 and 2, the Suns 0 and 3, so 8th versus 11th. The Steamers sitting on the bottom of the table at the moment, which is dangerous for the home team.
Yeah, look, I mean, we did speak about it earlier, but I think, you know, it is dangerous, but it's probably a good time to try and change things up. So Kane Nelson new into the franchise. We did see Cass has been starting the first set, so maybe they'll revert back to the recipe that worked, which was seeing her come off the bench. But yeah, I mean, it's danger signs, but it's not over on day one. It just allows you that freedom to maybe change things up a little bit because your tactics haven't quite worked out.
Exactly right.
Right, so end one kicking off here. Kelsey Cottrell. Seen her play 150 games for the Gold Coast Hawks in the last round. Nice to notch up that milestone for a home club. Just hasn't quite found the line on this rink just yet. A little bit different over here on the TV rink from some of the others, so might take a little while to settle in. Although with 5 ends per set, you don't have a lot of time up your sleeve, so Nikki Brett will be hoping to convert this one. So we see Carl Healy on the mat. His first bowl of the match. This round 4 match for the Perth Suns. Fair opener for Carl. Just sitting slightly jack high, leaving a little bit of a ledge there from Nikki. Nikki Brett's second edition of the Bowls Premier League event, so he'll be accustomed now to the standard of play and the different rules. What a great starter for him. Exactly what he needed. 2 down to 3 up. Kelsey Cottrell's bowls on the wing there. Really good places. Nice little confidence booster for the Hawks on end one. Big weight there from Carl. Removes 1 of the 3 bowls. Still 2 for the Hawks. Kelsey Cottrell just asking for 1 pass ahead now. Perth Suns have the 2 Bacchus bowls at the moment. Just needs to run a little bit. As we see Carl Healy wind up Looking for weight again. Remove both bowls or get the jack. Couple of claps there. That's a great shot. He's got the jack. Well played there from Carl Healy. And they have the respot. A little bit of room. It's a metre or so for Nikki Brett now. Last bowl of the end. It's all happening on the rink next door. Sydney Lions versus the Melbourne Pulse. Nathan Black sending down one of his trademark conversions. So we see Nikki try and draw this shot. Needs to run just shy of pace. It's a great conversion on the first end to the Perth Suns. Exactly the start they were after.
Very good start to this contest, Lindsay.
Yeah, it's all happening.
Yep,
A couple of really good conversions there from Carl and Nikki to start with, and just lost his weight a little bit there, Nikki, on his last one, dropping a little bit short, but Perth Suns win the first end as they look to get their first win on the board in the BPL21. See a lovely style there of Warren Holt. He's a debutant here at BPL.
Now, according to a lot of reports, he's been bursting the door down for the last couple of years.
A really nice start this end. That's his role as a lead up in this side. Carl Healy loves playing the conversions and the big shot, so getting a couple of bowls in the zone and a couple in the right places. That's all he has to do. See the response here from Kelsey Cottrell.
It's Perth desperate to get on the board, 0-3. Very difficult to come back from. 0-4, even harder. Started slowly here last year, and then after one round, they ended up in second position, and then things just didn't go their way. They didn't quite get there, but very handy lineup. Carl Healy was an inspired choice to bring in.
Yeah, look, he's done fantastic things since joining the Suns crew. He really inspires the team. You know, he's a great leader. We see him as a coach. He heads up the head coaching team at Cabramatta Bull Ants, but he's, yeah, really a student of the game. He loves bowls. He loves studying tactics and what works. And, yeah, look, he's really great to have alongside you. So, yeah, they've done well to snare Carl, and he'll be really hoping to get the Suns a victory.
Student of the game, definitely the right term to describe Carl Healy. So Kelsey Cottrell and Warren Holt make their way down to the head. Carl Healy, it's such a smooth delivery as well. He's really come on in leaps and bounds the last few years, making his international debut in 2022. Within a couple of months of that, he was playing Com Games. He's a world champion now.
Great shot there.
He's probably becoming one of the leaders of this Jackaroos lineup. And
yeah, look, it has been a changing of the guard a little bit with the guys, and he really owns his spot there now. Like, so well deserving of his selection. He was knocking on the door for many years there. And then great shot we see there from Nikki Brett. But yeah, to be given a chance and then to take that opportunity and run with it was great to see. So yeah, he's going to be around the Australian scene for a long time to come, you would imagine.
Doing wonderful things down at, or up at Cabramatta. The pleasure of seeing that for the first time last year. What a big club it is. Same with St. John's.
Yeah, we're really lucky, I think, in the sport of bowls to have some fantastic big clubs out there, but clubs that really get behind and support their bowlers and their bowls endeavours. And it's great to see that reinvestment into our sport and to our players. So big shout out to all the major clubs out there that are doing great things for the community, but also for bowls and just, our players themselves.
Carl Healy, what has he produced? Really good head here.
Yeah, as we've seen all day, just hanging off a little bit with a little bit of an extra speed. Doesn't quite have the same turn as it does on the draw.
Nick Brett, so quick on the mat as well. Very similar to that of Aaron Wilson and Aaron Sheriff. So that'll be one to the Gold Coast Hawks.
Yeah, a bit of a dainty one, that last one from Nick. So he had only had one bowl in there, surrounded by 4 of the Perth Suns orange ones. So just played it just a little bit gently, which is, to be fair. Would love to get this back-to-back end happening on end 3 here.
Day 1 of the Bowls Premier League. It's become where the Monday was kind of that day to whet the appetite, but now it is a well and truly entrenched day of bowls. Can set up so many tournaments. Thursday used to be moving day. It's probably Wednesday now. Thursday is a day where you can really entrench yourself before Friday. And the term logjam gets used a lot at a BPL, and it's already starting to form.
Yeah, look, we weren't sure what to expect in Pine Rivers. The first time we had the 12 franchises, and it did not disappoint. So every single franchise was in the top 5 at some point in time that event. There was so much consistent play across every single game, and it came right down to the wire with some heartbreak stories along the way and some great success stories as well. So it really does add another element, having the 2 extra franchises, not just the support, but in terms of what it does to the standard of the competition and the closeness of the ladder as well.
Good start from Kelsey Cottrell against Warren Holt, and who has been a stalwart of Western Australian state bowls for a very long time. Represented them at the Australian Side Series.
Yeah, I think we caught it on the podcast, Val, but he's a bit of the unknown, which can be a really good secret weapon to have in your pocket when the other players don't really know what to expect. So he hasn't let them down so far. He's played really well and trying to get the Suns off to a good start and give Carl a good platform to work with.
Suns have been one of the hard luck stories of the Bowls Premier League. They've not made the finals since BPL 12, which was here. But that team was a little bit of a makeshift one, considering we were in the midst of lockdowns and COVID and travel restrictions. So Cody Packer and Christina Christic, who were playing for the Suns, couldn't actually get over. So it was Lee Schreiner, Ray Pearce and Jen Delves that played, with Josh Thornton, who was coaching. Lost in a tiebreak to the Ospreys in the first final.
Yeah, look, it was a crazy time there, and I think the great thing for the Perth Suns is anyone that puts on the Suns shirt, they really do aim to give it everything.
They are proud.
They are
like
very
Tassie.
proud franchise. Yep, I like them to Tassie and to Adelaide as well. I feel like there's something special about the shirt that they wear. So I know all 3 of those guys and Joshy as a coach really wanted to do the best they could, especially considering the fact that most of the WA crew were all still in lockdown and not able to get over and were missing the event as well. So it was a really good effort by the crew back then, and the Suns will be hoping to get to the finals this time around.
And Ray Pearce was sensational that series. Actually came second in the MVP voting. So if there was an all-star team, he would have been awarded the cap.
Yeah.
The all-star team came in BPL 14, but he was monstrous. Scott Thorburn
He was.
just won the MVP. But Ray Pearce, he has dazzled at the Bowls Premier League before.
He has. And he played, I'm pretty sure he played for the Extreme as well. I'm surprised he hasn't been picked up by a couple of these franchises because he really does turn it on every time he's been given a Guernsey in the BPL.
So I think he's played for the Lions as well.
Oh,
so
did
he's been
he?
to three different franchises, yeah.
So it'd be really interesting. I'd love to have him back in the event. He's a great guy, Razor, and he brings every ounce of energy he's got to the teams that he plays for. So it's great having 12 franchises now. There's a little bit more opportunity for players out there to get involved, and just got to put your hat in the ring to start with and show your interest, and hopefully someone picks you up along the way.
For sure. Had a lot of great stories here at the Bowls Premier League. There's a couple of hard luck ones that have been stranded on 99 games. Chris Roseanne's that man. So hopefully he gets another gig somewhere where he can notch up number 100.
99, he was probably had the best BPL event that he's ever had. I think he came second in the best performed leads behind Corey, and which was when the Ospreys won it that year. And he had a really great event, and just for whatever purpose, the Moreton Bay Pirates wanting to change things up a little bit and got left out there, but he's still playing really well. They're winning Premier League at the moment up in Queensland after 4 or 5 rounds in, so you never know.
Another kid as well.
Yes, he's got 2 lovely little girls now, very busy doing dad things, and works outside of the sport, so very busy.
And it is a power play to Bill Brandsma and the Perth Suns. They've said, we've seen enough. So double shots on offer for them. And must say, big happy birthday to Damien Delgado, one of your fellow Ospreys,
yes,
Lindsay.
Fellow Aussie player.
World champion.
Happy birthday, Damo.
He is one of the best people in this sport.
He is a legend and can play the game. So I hope you're having fun up there, mate. Probably playing a game of bowls or 2.
And he's very funny as well. Some of the comments that he's left on Ringside Live have left me in absolute stitches.
Yeah, he's got a great sense of humour.
Can't be repeated on air. But
great sense of humour, Damo, which is why he's so great to have alongside you in a team. He can just lighten the mood if you need it. But pretty focused when he needs to be as well. Obviously, world champion alongside Jimmy Reynolds in that very famous gold medal match at Helensvale that day. Came right down to the wire.
That was
phenomenal.
Yeah, I actually had the day off that day, so I was watching from, funnily, of all places, my favourite place in Broadbeach, O'Bagel, with my wife. And, yeah, I was sitting there with a knot in my stomach watching on my phone.
It was stressful. We were in the crowd and we were trying everything. We had chants going, we had cheers going, and Jimmy Reynolds, he put on a clinic. Damo set it up really well, but they had a great battle with the South African pair, and so exciting and so proud of them to get that one and become world champions.
What was the chant you came up with?
Hey, Jimmy, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Jimmy. That was one of them. We had about 10, and I think Elsie and Chrissy were the instigators. And,
of course they were.
And I kind of used my voice, and Kelso was a little bit invested, and Dawny was a bit embarrassed about us, I think. She did.
That, you know what, that sums up the team to perfection. Chrissy and El's the instigator. You run with it. And then Kel's sort of like the big
half
sister.
Invested, yeah, half invested.
And then Dawn just the teenager that's like, oh, no, please go away.
All right, this is a much-needed bowl coming in here from Warren. A bit of a loose end for the standards of these guys at the moment.
So Nick Brett went viral, of course, at Potters with that epic bowl that I still don't know how he did it, but if you haven't watched it, it's probably had about 70 million Instagram views. It was something special.
Yeah, it's a good one to watch with the soundtrack alongside it.
The Titanic music?
That's correct. Yeah. Pretty good one. Just needs to hang around here, Nikki. Done enough, I think. Yep. Done enough to get the shot for the Hawks. Carl just on the draw. Little touch of the jack. He's got about a foot to work with. Needs to run. Nicky would love to make it 2 here. It's coming in on a good line. Quite there, according to Kelso. Right, you'd back Carl to make the correction with this one. Just misfired with his first. Just needs to slow.
So 1 bowl left each for Healy and Brett. End 4 of this contest.
Yeah.
Nick Brett playing really well this evening, I should say now.
It feels like morning a little bit.
Well, the only time we're ever doing Ringside Live is for the BPL is the morning and early afternoon.
How's this going for Carl Healy? This will be huge if he can get to this. That's very well played. He had about 6 inches to draw the shot. He only needed 4.
Stunning. And a power play converted for the Ospreys. Oh, sorry, not the Ospreys, the Suns.
Suns would be the orange team, Val.
Jeez, it's day 1. And power play for Mark Thatcher as well for the Hawks. So apologies for that. I mean the Suns. And it is a 3-2 lead to Perth with 1 end to play.
And some big scores going on around the traps too, Val.
Yeah, wow. Well, the Pioneers were undefeated on top of the ladder, and the Ospreys 9-zip to the good after 4 ends in the opening set. The Saints.
They're inspired, I think, after that last bowl conversion from Teasy. He snatched a 6 on the power play end to snatch a game from the Trident, so they're inspired now.
They must be. The Saints lead the Jets in the battle of the newcomers, 8-4. The Pirates and the Tridents, 7-2 in favour of the Tassie team. They're up 7-2 after 4. The Lions lead the Pulse, 2-1 after 3. And the Extreme and Steamers 4-all after 3. Warren Holt has his hat. Very interesting. He's really trying to block off the sun here. I'm not sure. You can probably see it in the far corner there. Sort of sitting at a 45-degree angle on his head. It's interesting. At the line. Must be to block out the sun because it is sort of coming through in that direction.
Yeah, although when they stand on the mat, their head's kind of out of the sun. So it's probably right now when he's standing behind Kelsey. I think that's where they're copying it a little bit.
Yeah, right in the corner of his eye as well. So
that really annoying placement. There's a tiny gap where the sun can come through for a little bit and then it will go away. Great change up here from Kelsey Cottrell. Not easy to do. Different lines, different paces, both sides of the screen. Really handy to sneak another one in just behind the jack. So Hawks just need to win this end. They win the first set. Power play in action for them. Warren not liking that one all that much. Just left Carl Healy with a little bit of work to do. Nicky Brett just calling the tee early. It's a smart move when you've got 2 really good ones on the head. Force Carl to play the perfect shot with his first one. Yeah, really nice leading from Kelsey Cottrell.
it's the Hawks. I think what's happened there, if they went for a little bit of a high five there, and I think they hit each other too hard, Nick Brett and Kelsey Cottrell.
Oh, did they? I
don't know. I think, I'm not sure what happened there. I saw Nick make a little bit of a sore face or something like that. Oh no, it was an electric shock.
All right, we see some aggression from Carl. Yeah, pretty good. Hasn't got the shot, but has definitely made a little bit better. Only 1 down now. A little bit of room to play with. You know your team's combining well when you can electric shock each other. That's connection.
Yep. what do they call that in what do they call that in science? A current?
Science wasn't my forte.
Neither. I hated it. That's why I'm doing this.
Carl having to play a little bit more of a delicate shot now, so just wanting to sneak round his own and sit the shot bowl or promote. Warren just hanging off again with that speed. He may have the spot back there now. If not, he does have the backers bowl. When this bowl comes to rest, I think Carl Healy is going to have a couple of options on.
And you feel it's a bizarre set, and that's where the power plays are so good, because you feel as though the Hawks have been in control of it, but Perth are in front. All they need to do is win this end, and it's theirs. They drop it, however, the Hawks, they'll be very, very pleased with themselves and go into second set with a one-set lead. Sitting on a knife's edge this match.
He's playing the dainty. No one's saying anything.
Warren asking it to hold.
Oh, he's just snuck under the jack. Fair effort there from Carl Healy. Hawks want to take that one. Getting high fives from Karen Murphy on the rink next door.
So Nick Brett, I don't think he wants to bowl it. And he's saying, no, thank you. So that's the first set. And the Gold Coast Hawks will take it 4-3 after winning on their power play. Nathan Rice coming into the game, as is Christina Christic. Warren Holt goes off. And so does Kelsey Cottrell. So the Hawks, well and truly, in the box seat now with a one-set lead. They'll be pretty happy with that. It felt as though they were the team to beat in that first stanza, but just had to finish it off with execution. That's what they did. The Saints have won the first set of the Jets 14-4.
Wow.
That is a whacking. 13-4. That's changed.
I didn't know. I think the Ospreys had a 9-year lead over the Pioneers, so that could have had a similar scoreline. I didn't quite catch the end of the first set.
Well, first set has gone the way of the Ospreys over the Pioneers. The Tridents have taken the first over the Pirates. The Pulse and Lions still going head-to-head. 3-2 after 4. Couple of bowls left to come for Gary Kelly and Nathan Black, and the Extreme 8-4 to the good against the Steamers. So can the Extreme go 2-2?
The Steamers are in a little bit of Barney rubble over there. Haven't won a game, and they're staring down the barrel in this next one. I'd love to see, I think, Chrissy and Carl combined really nicely at the last BPL, so they'll have confidence in each other to try and get this second set under their belt.
Yeah, they did in Moama last year as well. They almost made it to that final Friday night. Christina Christic, in a few weeks' time, will be married. Her fiance Marcus, and her, I think it's on March 6th, she was telling me, so not long.
Nice reply there from Chrissy. Enough for second shot.
It's Nathan Rice got. Well, if his form from the Australian Open last year is anything to go by, he's in for a pretty good week, because he was monstrous, especially that final 18th end of the pairs, where he drew three to a dime.
He's been in pretty good form, Lurchy. We don't often get to see him lead, so it's probably a nice little luxury for him. Just put his bowls in some good areas and tell the boss what to do. He's also got his young son Levi here playing in the Junior BPL Cup, and his partner Kirsty. So that gives you a little bit of an extra added motivation, trying to do good for your kid. Hopefully make them proud.
Show off.
Show off a little bit, say I've still got it.
Yeah.
Levi, very keen bowler himself now, very good as well. So, yeah,
it's great
nice,
to see.
Nice for the family. Keep it all in the family.
Especially Dad can coach him.
Stressful job, that. Stressful.
You're not going to coach your kids?
I don't think so.
Let's get into a fight with them.
No, we won't fight. I would stress too much, and I don't want to see anyone lose, especially my own children.
Yep.
I think that would be more heartbreaking. And I know as an athlete myself, when I lost, I didn't really care for myself, but I just didn't want to see mum and dad be sad for me. And they don't want me to lose because they feel sad for me. So it was a weird dynamic there when you're a parent of an athlete or you're an athlete that has parents.
So hope Kens and Harvey don't go into sport, or
Harvey's a bit of a natural actually at everything, so I feel he's going to be like Brad and just probably take everything in his stride. Kens is more arty, so she's dance. She likes drawing. She's into makeup and face stuff.
All the fun stuff.
So that's a lot less stressful for me.
Yeah. Yeah, just go on a Mecca shopping trip or something.
Yeah, costly, a lot more costly.
Oh, that's true. That is very true. So Carl Healy on the forehand.
It's a really tight head, this one. Just needs to lock in something. Oh. One to the Hawks hanging on still. They need another one in there. There's one yellow and 3 orange of the Perth Suns. Lurchy likes this one.
Brett, what have you got? Good try. So Carl Healy now with it all to do. They've got bowls around. It's very precarious. Any jack movement could go. Yeah.
They got the next 3. They've also kind of mixed up around the back if he played a bit firmer.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he played a little bit firmer weight here.
And Lindsay predicts correctly. Carl Healy, he's not far away.
Oh, great shot there from Carl Healy.
And that is 2 to the good for Perth.
Yeah, much easier to play that really firm weight. He's very, very good at it.
So all of the live scores are actually on results.bowlslink.com.au, and you can head on to the BPL page and it has all of the scores there for you.
End by end, is it? Or?
End by end.
Nice.
It is sensational. Aaron Delaporte doing an amazing job. Same with Alex Renzella who's just joined Bowls Australia. Pop the link in the YouTube comments as well for people that want to have a look.
First look at this direction for both Chrissy and Nathan. Just getting caught a little bit on that high side, which can happen in this direction. Just got to find a path just underneath that orange bowl is probably the right way in.
That's nice from Chrissy. Great correction. One of your World Championship and Commonwealth Games teammates has done so well. I think, the advice to her early on was to move east and to play in those eastern states because of the extra opportunities. But she stuck fat, stayed in Perth, and has achieved a hell of a lot in this sport. Silver medalist at the World Championships in the 4s with you, Lindsay, and Commonwealth Games gold.
Yeah, look, she's really come into her own, Chrissy. And I think, the move east for the opportunities, not necessarily more of them, but there's a high level of competition day in, day out. Like I'm based on the Gold Coast, which is just fortunate. Mum and Dad moved there in the 90s. But, you could find a high level tournament playing against top grade players every day of the week on the coast for 52 weeks of the year. So I think it's just that playing that high level every single week really sort of builds you into your own and you sort of build a confidence. You're then able to take on the high level competition at a Commonwealth Games or a world level and know that, some of the best bowlers around the world are based on the Gold Coast itself. So when you're playing them week in, week out, playing a world champs against them doesn't seem that stressful. But Chrissy, she's really earned her spot there. I think when she won that Commonwealth Games gold, it really opened the floodgates for her confidence. So she then realised that she deserves to be there. She earned her way there and she is successful. So it's been awesome to see. And Cody Pack has been the same over there. He's come into his own, playing really well.
But now he's moved over to Maryland.
Now Maryland's a fantastic opportunity for his job down there and for high-level bowls with some of the guys down in the Sydney leagues. He's going really well. So yeah, lots of different things going on for all our bowlers, which is fantastic to see. So Carl Healy, we're looking to get another one in the zone here. Just got to find a path. Always probably unlucky. He was probably had good speed on there.
And he had the line as well. So Nick Brett.
Couple of seconds he's got here.
Little runner. It's coming. Oh wow.
The collective.
Yeah. We made it. Well, that's why we're twins.
I thought he'd had the gap, and then I thought he was getting a bigger cut of it, but nicked it out there. So big open target there.
Another nick by Nick. I think the only two times you've said it have been Nick Carl and Nick Brett.
That's true. It wasn't even on purpose. He actually nicked the jack. But
you're a poet and you didn't know it.
Pretty good shot here from Carl. It's not easy to draw out to the boundary there. Whoa. Everyone going off over the far side. Benny Twist trailing a jack for 3.
So the Extreme have taken the first over the Steamers as well.
That's one more to the Perth Suns. We've got a power play coming up for the Gold Coast Hawks now.
Very early.
We love an early power play, bit of aggression.
Third end, but still, you know.
Probably.
I like the attack.
I think when you're 3-0, you've won the first set. Why not?
Yep. Go for it.
Go for it. Love to see it. We're up into this sunny end now. The jack's a little bit trickier when you're in and out of those shadows for a little bit. Nice opener there from Chrissy. Perfect line. Foot or so past the jack. What you'd call the scoring zone.
And that is a scoring zone, that's for sure. Great to have everyone's company wherever you are watching around the world. Whether you are a couple of streets away in Moama or if you're on the other side of the planet in Scotland or Canada, we have them from everywhere. Chrissy, well, that is a nice second as well. Another one in that scoring zone, as you said, Lindsay, and you mentioned her confidence before and how that skyrocketed after the Commonwealth Games. She just walked a little bit freely, didn't she? And she bowled freely.
Yeah, I think interestingly, you know, probably it was other people that believed in her more than she did. Like she's probably she's been playing so well for so many years even before the Commonwealth Games gold medal. But that self-belief probably wasn't quite as high as it should be for whatever reason. So, yeah, winning that gold medal really helped her own confidence and her own kind of assurance that she can mix it with some of the best in the world. So it's great to see. And as we see her play near perfect end here, 1 right on the jack and 2 just behind. So...
But she has said that herself, you know, that she gets anxious and she starts to have that self-doubt, but the belief is certainly there. And I think a strong BPL showing would be a massive feather in her cap if she can help Perth get to the finals. You know, this is one of the things that she hasn't been able to win.
It's Beck for Tassie. I think it's Scotty T for Adelaide, and it's Chrissy for Perth.
Yeah.
The real die-hard, like, let's get this team over the line belief and desire. So it'd be great to see. And they're just so close. We hear it so often, but they've been so close so many times. Great track in here from Carl. Just needs to finish off the journey a little bit. Hasn't quite got there. Chrissy just indicating just out of count. Nicky Brett already on the mat, released.
He's so quick, and this is tight, but it might knock this Perth bowl up, and it does. And that's actually in a pretty good spot if you're Carl Healy. 4 behind a trail, and this could be dangerous for Mark Thatcher's troops.
Yeah, Nicky, they do have one right on the ditch, the Hawks, so...
Carl's gone to join it.
Yeah. Draw it off is a call from Lurch. Draw one close. Any movement on their front yellow helps.
Is he going to drift through, or is he going to stick around? That's not bad. So where does Carl go here, Lindsay? What's he aiming to do? It looks like forehand.
Yeah, I think he's probably just trying to sneak past the front ones. If he can add another one, that will be helpful. You're just trying to make Nikki's job even harder than it currently is. Hasn't quite sent that. It is just a draw here from Nick. Is a power play end.
They're down 2. He's stalking and he's watching. Hasn't really budged. Has he got through? He's nudged it up, but not enough, I don't think.
2 more to the Suns.
And that is a 5-0 buffer for the Perth Suns. No power play yet from Bill Brandsma. They'll save that for the last end just to ensure that it goes their way. 5-0 after 3 in the second. We look destined for a tiebreak. The Perth Suns haven't been able to salute yet with a win. The Hawks have got 1 and 2. The Sydney Saints dispatched the Jets in the first set by in excess of 10 shots.
Did you give them a pump-up talk in between matches there?
I must have. It might be the chicken wraps that Anthony Cotty was buying for people, I'm not sure, but they have gone bananas. They're 7-0 to the good in the second. That's just after 2 ends.
To be fair, they come off this TV rink and they were pretty happy with that victory. Like, they were stiff to draw the first set, and then they snuck away with it against the Steamers. So they've taken that momentum forward. Battle of the 2 new franchises going the way of Sydney at this point in time.
The Saints, it was the complete opposite tournament for the 2 new franchises in the Jets and Saints in November. Because the Jets, after day 2, they were flying high. They were on top of the ladder.
Everyone was tipping them as well. Yep, there's a lot of love for the Jets.
Everyone thought this is the team to beat. Look at the team they've formed. They are on fire. And then they plateaued to finish 9th. But the Saints, who were last, ended up coming 3rd. And they were supreme and got so unlucky not to play in that BPL20 final.
Look, it was definitely the Dorney factor that I think turned it on its head for the Saints. She came in and started skipping and started wing matches as Chrissy plays a huge conversion there.
That is a supreme bowl.
A bit of aggression, paid dividends. Had some back ones to work with. But yeah, we really did see Dorney have such an impact and almost took them the whole way, which was great to see. Lurch is just going to miss underneath. A great effort. I think Carl would very dearly love to tidy this head up a little bit, get the jack himself, take away the angles from the wing bowls of the orange.
I think what would help at the moment, they are holding set. So if they can get a 2, we'll be going to a tiebreak no matter what happens in the final end. So Perth mightily close to forcing this to a 1-shot or 1-set, 1-end shootout. Got my words there in the end.
Nicely weighted by Carl, just pinched it. Nicky's gone the aggressive route. Yeah, Carl just indicating Carl's going to try and get it first, take that jack away, even move that wing bowl at 11 o'clock.
Carl Healy.
He's got the gap.
Oh, wow. That was very, very, very near. So Nick Brett.
No mucking around from Nicky.
No, he's so assured on the mat, isn't he? It's great to watch. And this.
Looking a lot closer. Any touch and a movement with it.
Oh, yeah. But.
Is it good enough? We'll get an indication in a moment. 1 down, Chrissy indicates.
Can Carl halve that towards his own bowl, possibly into the ditch?
Yeah, lots of chances. If he turns a little bit at the death, he could take out Nicky's. Got lots of options here.
He's not overly pleased, but almost.
Would dearly love to make this 2. 2 shots here to the Hawks means they only need 3 on the last end.
Yep.
We don't see a lot of 3s, even rarer 4s, so 2 shots would be big.
And especially 3 when you don't have the last bowl. So Perth will have their power play next. The set is still alive. Does Nick Brett get around? He does.
That's a great shot.
That is the one. Resting toucher, if you don't mind.
He didn't really want to touch it, Lurch. He's just gone, oh, because any touch could have been a little bit of a touch closer to the orange. So.
But when you're resting on it, it's okay.
Is it?
Oh.
Let's see. Let's see.
No, I'm calling it. Surely it didn't move
too.
it enough. I'm calling that too.
Okay, let's see.
Because, well, it means that that last bowl was even more crucial because they may have been down.
No, 2. 2-2.
And it was 2. My early crow proves correct, even though it looked like it. But it's a power play. So Bill Brandsma's team.
Right, the Hawks are in it though still. I like this. It's kept it exciting for everyone.
They just have to defend a 3. Next match scheduled is the Jets and Pirates. That's coming up. And that is for 6:15, so in half an hour. Is this the last end of the contest?
Lecce's first one's pretty handy start when you're chasing a 3. Chrissy's up and about. Oh, has not made that much easier, but there's 1 pass ahead. Good setup from Lurchie. Just behind. Good enough for 2. Just on the wrong side of it again. Played a nice weight there. Little chuckle. Change of hand called here from Chrissy. Carl just indicated, trail the jack, sit on the back bowl of Nathan Rice. At this point in time, dropping 1 or 2 isn't too big a deal. Just got to try and minimise the chances they've got of dropping 3. This is a great shot from Chrissy.
But there's 2 yellow bowls behind the jack in a very good spot. And I reckon Carl's going to want to join them soon. What has Nick Brett conjured up? Oh, well, that is, if it didn't nudge the jack, he's now set himself up.
And that's a really hard pack to try and cover.
Well,
you kind of want to get in front of it to split him a bit, but then if the jack gets past, you needed 1 pass. So at least Carl's got a couple of options on here.
Or if he can get right there.
Yeah, he's played it well. Covered the first part of the danger, which is in the front. There are 3 yellows just past, so that'll be his next port of call.
That's not a bad spot for Carl to have ended up in. What has Nick Brett done here?
Okay. Yeah, Chrissy's calling it. Anything out this way. That's the thing. You can't cover 2 things with 1 bowl, but you can with 2 bowls.
Yes.
So Carl's done well to get the first one right where he needed it. That's probably the hardest place to finish was where he got that middle one there. And now anything just past and out to the side is ideal.
Yep, that'll do. So Nick Brett just needs to be a little bit more precise with what comes next.
He's got to get the jack there to where Lurchie's standing. Not easy, but there is a chance.
So we look destined for a tiebreak. 3 needed for the Hawks. Running weight. He's not far away, but not close enough. And will Carl bowl this last one? They're 2 up. Might as well for the shot differential. Chrissy's saying draw another one. I don't think he was quite thinking about it, but
No.
shots up matter in this ladder format.
Well, interestingly, the Hawks didn't play their last one in the first set, and he had a bit of room there, but he was happy with 1 or 2, whatever that was. But here comes Carl, trying to maybe a little bit of a momentum builder there.
Oh, yeah. 3, and you double that to 6. That's 11-2 in the second set. They dropped just the one end in it. And we're going to our second tiebreak of the day here on Ringside Live. The Suns and the Hawks. The Suns yet to win. The Hawks 1 and 2. Crucial result and ramifications for the loser. Who has got the mat? It's the Hawks. And they're not going T to T. I thought they might with the Kelsey strength. But just coming back in.
We're still yet to see a Jack Pitt, Val, so Kane was in one of the matches. He didn't do it for you. But
no. Actually, yeah.
He probably should have. They weren't going too flash as steamers. He could have
he should have done
the
it
job
for me.
you. We see Kelsey Cottrell straight off the bench, straight onto the jack, doing what she does best. There's not too many better in the game that can come off fresh and do that. We saw it time and time again when she used to do it for the Pirates, for Alex Marshall, and we've seen her do it religiously for the Gold Coast Hawks as well. Really good opener.
Christina Christic. Oh, that is a mightily close effort. So the Tridents, they're a set to the good over the Pirates. They're down 3-2 after 4. There's the power play. We could be shaking hands very shortly. 7-3 to the Saints over the Jets. And that's another good bowl from Kelsey Cottrell.
Yeah, that's great leading. Off to a great start.
The Ospreys have won. Sorry, Lindsay.
That's okay. I was just going to say it set up a bit of a target there, though, so I imagine the head won't stay like this throughout the entirety of this end. Especially with this one going down the back for Chrissy.
Good home, good line.
Nikki, he's got good foresight. He's wanting one right on the spot early. Good tactical play.
The Pulse look like they're on track to knock the Lions off. The Extreme won the first set over the Steamers. The Steamers at 3-1 after 3 in the second. So this one going at lightning pace. We're already in the tiebreak here.
We've just seen Nathan Rice. His attempt at drawing to the sport went in the ditch. Leaves Warren the chance to go the big one now.
Oh,
just
wow.
Just missing on the high side.
Chrissy couldn't quite believe that. That looked so close. Those long levers of Warren Holt certainly looked like they were going to get the job done there. Nathan Rice, this time he goes to the respot.
That's another attempt at it. Just needs to put down the anchor.
That has just stopped.
He had about a bowl more length left in the green for that to hang around, so he's done well. Warren going again here. So close with his first attempt.
And his second, well, that is danger signs because only got 2 on the rink at the moment, Perth. Just Christina Christic's bowls. And they are not controlling the respot mark. So does Carl decide to go there with his first? You can nominate the kill.
Yeah, look, it'll depend what Nicky does with this one. I mean, there's a chance of both of the yellow bowls if he gets the perfect edge. And I think it's much easier to hit than try and draw this off or play that finicky kind of weight that no one's really played all that well on this rink so far today. So I think Carl's going to go this.
Carl Healy, will he go for the big one and then try and draw it with the next? The weight comes. And he's knocked his own out. So it will come down to his last bowl. Nick Brett, what does he do?
Walker, yeah, Lecce's called it. I think that's smart.
I was thinking, like, that's the only thing they're going for.
They've covered everywhere. They've got the tee. They've got 3 on the head. Try and make Carl's shot as hard as physically possible.
This is looking all right. It's looking all right as it got the journey. No, not quite.
It's probably actually a bit of a good cider for Carl, but they've nominated the kill.
Yep. So if he gets this, we will replay the tiebreak end. They haven't managed to do it yet. Can Carl Healy save them? It's close, and he's missed. The Gold Coast Hawks are 2-2 at BPL21. And from their first 4 at BPL20, they were 0-4, so they've evened the ledger. Speaking of 0-4, that's where the Suns find themselves. It's panic stations for Perth in their quest for finals. They haven't made it in 9 editions. They will not want to make it 10. It's getting precarious for them. But Nathan Rice, Kelsey Cottrell, Nick Brett and their coach Mark Thatcher, they're victorious. They get the job done in a tiebreak over the Perth Suns. Lindsay Clark, thank you.
Thank you, Val. Another thriller to get out there to all the Bowl supporters. And, yeah, really looking forward to the next match as well.
We'll be with you in 20 minutes' time for that match between the Geelong Jets and the Moreton Bay Pirates. Looking forward to that, and we'll catch you then.